Calling Miss Woodall. So Miss Johnson's about to come on.
Great. I texted Miss Parrish to see if she can come.
So Miss Johnson's about to come on.
Hey, Miss Johnson. Thank you for coming. We're hoping to get one more so we have a quorum.
You said Miss Parrish was coming on?
I haven't got a response yet. I've been texting her and Mr. Hudson.
Okay, thank you.
Miss Crittenden should be coming, she said. I just sent her the link. Thanks, everyone, for being here on time. As you know, we got to get a quorum and hopefully, so we don't have to reschedule. So that's why Miss Okolaj and I have been calling the folks that aren't here. I'm hoping Miss Crittenden can log on. She said she could. Here she is. So we're ready. Miss Okalaja, we have 6 now. Thanks, Miss Crittenden.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Happy Monday, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome to our meeting number 3. We're gonna call the meeting to order. This is our agenda for today. Y'all can read it. Give you about 30 seconds. We need to do roll call.
I can do it for you.
Thank you.
Keisha Crittenden, I saw you log on. Miss Johnson, I see you here. Ms. Woodall, not here. Mr. Hudson, not here. Miss Graham.
Here.
Thank
Yes,
you.
here.
Dr. Lyon,
I am here.
thank you. Ms. Odom, I know you put it in the chat. Thank you. Ms. Okalaja,
Here.
Miss George, not here. Miss Yehuda, not here. And Miss Parrish, not here. All right, so we do have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I motion to approve the agenda.
I will second that.
Awesome. The agenda is approved. We have to approve the November minutes. So if you all want to look as I scroll. These are the items we discussed the last meeting.
I fixed one typo as you were scrolling.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the previous minutes?
I motion to approve.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
I will second that.
Thank you. The meeting minutes from November are approved. We're moving on to our discussion items. We know what our norms are. Oh, so today we're going to look over some One Voice survey information. These are just 3 questions we'll discuss. We'll take about 5 minutes to discuss, so we're not going to take too long. So if everyone's just engaging right now, which result in the data surprised you the most? So what was so shocking, and then what made it stand out? So as we're going through the One Voice survey, and it's a survey that the parents take, teachers take, students take it as well. Maybe you guys took it. That are parents. Okay, what instructional practices or supports could help increase engagement? So this is just one of the questions, and raise the 64% agreement rate in My Teachers Make Learning Interesting. So what was interesting from the data? How can we improve things so the kids think that what we're teaching is interesting? And which areas of excellence at KWPA are important to share and celebrate with the broader community? Again, we're going over data just so that everyone has the ability to know what to say, how to talk about the school, if anyone was to ever come to you to talk about what makes Woodson Park special in the community. And the survey is a very long survey. So what was done was certain questions were taken out of the survey. And so again, the first question is, what is something that's super shocking to you as you're reading it? And then what are you excited to talk about with the broader community? I love my school, scholars said 73% agree. And I'll just actually just give you about a minute to look it over yourself. I don't need to read it to you. Anything really quickly that jumps out to anybody that wants to share really quick? Oh, you guys still see my screen? Oh, okay. Does it look like this on my, oh, my screen? So nothing is shocking to anyone? All right, cool. Um, my teachers make learning interesting. So I believe I pulled that one out because it was like the lowest category. Like the kids had a higher bucket in the other realms, but I'll give us a minute to think about that later on what we can do or what we're thinking when it comes to that portion. This is the family survey, so if anything jumps out, we could talk about it. So this is what the family said. We have a lot of high numbers. Well, something that's sticking out to me now is just a lot of high numbers of families that feel supported in all areas, not just academically, but socially, emotionally, and academically. They feel like communication is on point, and school does a lot of communication. Because even as teachers, we get the parent communication as well. So we know exactly what parents are getting. I send out some stuff via Parent Square. I'm always able to speak to at least one staff member. Yes, definitely. The staff, so this is us right here, and then regional staff is everyone in KIPP. Atlanta, this is KIPP Woodson Park. I believe this is obviously K-8. So comparing it to what the region said. I want to pause right here to see if there's anything that stood out to anybody.
For any of them or just this one right here?
Any of them.
Because I did want to go back to the one that I think the first one where the students did the survey. One of them, it was like 64%. Which one was that? I can't. When the students did the survey.
My teachers make learning interesting and fun.
Okay, so for that one, you know what I realized with having like multiple teachers in the room at the same time, if they don't have the same energy as you, sometimes it can get really boring. Because I know that, you know, when I teach at times, my voice is, you know, kind of exciting, or it's, you know, kind of how can I say it? Maybe gets the students hype, maybe because of how I teach. I don't know if I yell or shout, I don't know. But if somebody else teaches like right after me, and their voice is just like monotone, it just kind of ruins like the whole lesson. And the kids, you know, they're getting bored after that. So I really think that all teachers have to have, the same energy, like when you're in the same classroom, just have the same energy, be hyped, most of the time, because if you're hyped, I think the students will be hyped, and it's all about, how you present the materials to them, really. I
Are you
think,
talking?
like that's one of them.
Okay, cool. Are you talking about like in a co-teaching model? Like when there's teachers?
Yeah, like a co-teaching model or, something like that.
Okay. Thank you for that
Yeah.
feedback. All right. Really quickly, also too, what is something that we could just all take away? I'm gonna call on some randomly, but like, cause like the data is great for us to know, not just for us to be like, oh, we looked at data, but like if someone was to ask us what makes a school special, if we're talking about enrollment numbers, we know that some schools are closing and maybe we are in the neighborhood and families are saying, oh, do you know any school? Why would we say that KWPA is a good school? We would need to root it in some data, right? Facts, not what do we feel, but what is statistics saying? What are the numbers telling us? I'll just start and I'll just have someone come behind me, but I would really highlight the fact that a lot of families do feel supported. I would highlight the fact that families feel heard and families feel like this is a place where they can communicate and express themselves. So it's not like it's us against them or something, but this is a community and all of us are working together to help ensure that their scholar gets what they need, not only academically, but we're also interested in them socially. We're interested in, what's going on outside of school and emotionally as well. And so just being able to articulate that even in one sentence, right? We don't want to be long-winded when we're explaining this to people. But I would love if anyone would be able to express themselves. You said Miss Crittenden is on?
Yeah, Miss Crittenden, Keisha.
Oh, Keisha.
Yes, I'm here.
Did you have anything that you wanted to share?
No, it's interesting to know.
Angel, Miss Johnson.
Well, yeah, I can share some things. Since my scholar been at KIP, they always welcome me with open hands and always there to hear like my voice when it's come to something like if I have a idea about something. And as far as like when I have an issue, y'all are there to, jump right on the situation when it comes to my scholar.
Thank you. Yes.
Mhm.
Why it's called the one voice, because everyone has a voice. All right, family engagement. I don't know if Miss Graham or Dr. Lyons want to share more about the science fair, how maybe the community can support, what type of support would be needed? What are some, I don't know, some pitfalls you saw last year that you want to be proactive about this year? Do you feel like the students had enough time to, I guess, come up with experiments, different experiments?
I'll go on that. The one thing I'm noticing so far of the students, even at the younger grades, the ones that I've spoken to, and I know they want to be a part of it, they're actually really focusing on the science aspect, which was the goal. And I thought we would really have to push it, but so far they're bringing it to the table. So I don't want to get my hopes up too high, but I'm very excited to see some of the projects and the ideas that are coming together. And I think this one is going to really be something special.
Awesome.
Yes, I can kind of piggyback off of Dr. Lyons. They're super excited this year about it. I know 5th grade is mandatory, they have to do it. 8th grade, I heard, was mandatory as well. So it's going to be a lot of projects this year for the science fair. I know last year, we had 5th grade, we had a couple of 4th, maybe a couple of, K through 4. It wasn't as big, but I think this year right here, it's going to be a major turnout, but they're excited about it. We are going to start offering like some after school classes soon. I got to get with Dr. Lyons and Ms. Baker and Ms. Walker to see like what days we have available. Then I kind of, just kind of staff the school and work on their projects with us. We can kind of help them out. I'm not sure what day yet, but I'll talk with them and we'll let you guys know. But they do have plenty of time because they had time over the break. They have time over Christmas break as well to get it finished. It's January 14th, so they have some time. We just need like a head count, you know, because we do want to buy like some things for them up. Yeah, just kind of just buy some things for them, like some badges or like some little gift bags or something like that for them. So we do need to know, you know, who's actually participating in the science fair. So I know we sent out a form to the parents for them to, you know, kind of sign their scholar up, and also to the teacher to have them sign their scholar up as well. So we just need a nice little head count. So if your scholar's interested in the science fair, make sure you sign them up from the form that we sent out.
What's the deadline to sign up?
Honestly, to be honest, I'm thinking the end of December, like right before we go on break. So the last day is what, December, the 17th,
Okay.
19th? Yeah, whatever the last day is before the break.
Okay, December 19th.
That's the
Well,
19th, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, so
yeah, the
you might
19th.
want to
So
talk
we'll
to
get ahead.
like, I don't know if you've talked to the grade level chairs or the assistant principals to like see if they can get a head count. Because is Miss Baker supposed to be helping seventh grade? Because they don't have a science class. Well, they don't. So they have a science class, but I don't think that they do experiments in them. Like science fair.
Yeah, I don't know if they do. I mean, I'm sure they do STEM. Miss Baker and me, I'm sorry, and myself, we're doing 5th through 8th grade. So if they
Oh,
have
so
any
you.
questions, they can ask us. Yes.
Oh,
And then
they
Dr.
love.
Lyons and Miss Walker, the one that's with me in the classroom, they're doing K through 4.
Okay. And they love Miss Graham, so seventh grade will always make sure that they come to you. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I think that we should just maybe get, now that you're saying it, because I didn't even really know as a grade level chair about a deadline for this. So maybe getting all the science teachers, so getting the seventh grade science class, excuse me, and the sixth grade and wait a second. What class does sixth grade have? It's the sixth graders class that was confusing. So it's you guys are helping them in sixth grade.
Yeah, yes, we passed out, you know, all the flyers, all the packets, things like that. You know, once again, I was saying that we'll have like some kind of after school, you know, help for them.
Oh,
So
you
we
passed
have
it
to
on to
discuss
seventh
that
grade?
too. Yeah, pass it out to all the 7th grade, yeah, the 7th grade science teacher and the 8th grade science teacher, Miss
Oh,
Oliver
just the
and
sixth grade. Okay.
Mr. Mer. Yeah, so he should have passed them out to, you know, everyone in 7th grade and everyone in 8th grade, the science teachers.
Okay, and yeah, okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Any other support that you need? Anyone have, especially the parents, are there any ideas that you all have to get the kids hyped? Or they look like they're already hyped up. Okay, awesome. Um,
No, not yet. If there's anything else, then we'll let you guys know.
all right. Business curriculum follow-up, Miss she's not on the line, so I would want to get feedback from her on like how that's progressing. We were doing a investment project in seventh grade. I wanted to see if you all had any ideas of like any investors in the community that could potentially help the kids with any of their ideas. Because when we started doing the project, we read a book called A Raisin in the Sun. And so remember Walter, he gets some money to invest and he wants to invest in his business. So the kids had to make their own business. And the rest of the school will be able to see it. It was like a really short project on Canva. Does anyone have any connections? I don't know, Miss Keisha, Angel in the community, Miss Odom, directly in the community of somebody that has their own business, could help the children to make it more practical for them.
I know someone, she runs the entrepreneurial program at Georgia State. So like that's her job, to teach people how to be entrepreneurs. I could see if she got like this. I used to be a part of this cohort thingy called Launch, and basically like it's just like a think tank for other entrepreneurs. I could see if maybe some of the college kids can come volunteer and maybe talk to them about it, because pretty much every single person is an entrepreneur in some aspect who are part of the club.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and I don't know the legalities of them coming into the school. I don't know if Ms. Stifler can clarify uh college kids coming or background checks, what have you. But I don't think you need to have one when can you clarify?
You don't have to have one if they're supervised, but we would just have to have an event plan to get it approved. So the sooner, the better would be able for us to get it approved.
All right, thank you. And so we'll follow up with Ms. Odom. I'll text you. Enrichment activities over the winter break. This is always a point of contention with some of the scholars because they have all those days and then teachers are having to navigate what are some stretch activities we can give them because it's a long time and the scholars do need to keep their minds sharp. Do we have any suggestions? Even as parents, we would love to hear what suggestions you have. Oh, also, I would like to know from parents' point of view as well, like, do you think that it's a hassle to have any work over the winter break? I don't know if Angel or Keisha can chime in.
Uh, this Angel, I guess a package like that, like you guys always been doing.
And of course, I can look for videos or something like that on YouTube. But yeah, if y'all could send some material, that'd be great.
Right, materials.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, it's time for the principal report.
All right. Hey, everybody. There's not a ton new since our last meeting. When we come back in February, we'll have a lot of academic data, but we have a little bit of data, just like Miss Okalaja was talking about, for our family love score because of the One Voice survey. So I'm going to share that. Just as a reminder, these are our goals for the school year that aren't related to academics, but we know we serve all things. So we have attendance goals because you have to be here to grow. Our family love score of just how do families feel about us, which is calculated from the survey, and then our scholar school culture because we know we have to have positive, productive climate, and kids have to be here again to be able to learn. So those are our goals. So if you go to the next slide, I'll begin our progress on those so far. So here's our attendance. It's been updated since our last meeting. The same two grades, however, are highlighted because they're the two grades that are below our 75 as our stretch goal. Our goal is 72, but because we're doing well, we want to get to 79. If you compare, though, each grade to last year, the column in the middle is this year, and then the column on the right is in December last year. We are doing much better in almost every grade. So we have big improvements in 7th and 8th grade compared to last year when they were just 68 and 59, and now are above 80s. 3rd grade has a big improvement compared to last year when they were at 65 and now are at 88. So lots and lots of improvement. 1st grade as well. The only place where we sort of have a dip is 6th grade. They had high attendance compared to the rest of the grades last year, are about the same. But we're super excited that we're trending right now to meet our goals. Our current average is 79%. Today, attendance was really low, though, across the building. So just making sure that for the next 14 days, we don't take a dip. But so far, we're proud and trending to meet that goal. For our family love score, we will take it 2 times. So we just took the One Voice and we'll take it again, I believe, in March. So right now our average is 76, which is higher than our goal of 72. Our goal of 72 for our family love score is because we ended last year at 69. So wanted to improve it by 3. So right now we're higher than that. That's great. The fall family love score is typically higher than spring, but we know we can still do it and meet our goal. And if you look at the regional average right now, it was 43. So we're almost 30 points higher than the regional average for family love score. So that's super exciting for us as a campus and promising as well, that, we don't always get it exactly right, but our families are supporting us and feeling that we're trending in the right direction.
Are we able to ask you questions right now?
Sure.
Why do you think that the score dips in the springtime? Because I didn't know that.
I think that It dips typically for every, like for staff, for families and scholars. I think sometimes in the spring, not as many families respond. And so that can be one. When less respond, they're more heavily weighted. I think also sometimes we're tired in the spring, the school year's further along. But we're hoping that this year will stay. Ours typically doesn't dip a ton. So we'll see. But if we can make a concentrated effort again, Dr. Taylor did a good job, but to just make sure we have a good subset of responses, the data will actually be accurate. It's a good question, though. And this is our suspension. I did share this last time. We have a little bit of an update, but our goal is 150 total for the year for out of school suspensions. We're really trending to meet that and super proud of all the intentional efforts everyone is putting in. We're at, as of after today, about 28, but 26, and that is, even if it's 28, that's 40 less suspensions than this time last year. So again, we're trending in the right direction to meet it. We're making progress. This is why our attendance is up, especially in 7th and 8th grade. And we know when attendance is up, suspensions are down, academics go up as well. So far for these goals, we're trending to meet all three. And so just really anxious to close out this semester strong and make sure we continue to hit them in second semester. My only other update is just what's happening the next 3 weeks and sort of where we are right now. So the first part is just some shout outs since our last meeting. Our middle school basketball team is starting undefeated. When I wrote this, they were 2-0. They're actually 3-0 now. So that's super exciting. The girls are 2-1, but the boys are 3-0. They have another game this Thursday at Howard. Our Annie performance was beautiful. Our scholars shone really brightly in that performance. Dancers, singers, all of the things. And our meal of thanks was packed. We had to add extra chairs, extra tables, because even more showed than RSVP'd. But it was just a beautiful event and time for our community. So thank you to all of you who came and supported. The rest of the week, this week, we are testing. So we begin iReady tomorrow. It's super important. Make sure your scholar gets a great night's sleep, a good dinner, a good breakfast, and we'll have breakfast here, of course. This is a really strong predictor of will we hit our milestones goals, how are we growing, and what else do we need to teach. And so we need scholars to take it seriously. So we'll have that tomorrow. And then we'll also, our beginning, and we'll continue more heavily next week, our DIBELS testing, where scholars read out loud to show their growth. All of those, again, are important because they'll give us big predictors of our scores as a school at the end of the year in the state of Georgia. We have 2 dances this week. K4 is on Thursday night from 5 to 6:15, and 5-8 is on Friday from 5 to 7. The themes are fire and ice, so your scholars can wear whatever they want. But if they want to be on theme, blue, orange, red, those types of colors, if they're staying for either one, they'll leave and then they'll come back to have some fun. We're super excited on Wednesday, the KIPP Foundation. So that's KIPP nationally for the whole United States. The CEO is coming to visit KIPP Atlanta, and they only chose 2 schools, and one is Woodson Park. So we're excited to welcome him. It's a brief visit, but we know he'll walk away loving Woodson and knowing us to be as strong and good as we know we are. And then when we leave, our last day is December 19th. When we come back in January, we have conferences right away for our semester 1 conferences. So make sure you're on the lookout for how to sign up. And then awards day for semester 1 is that first Friday we come back for primary and the second Friday for middle school. So a lot upcoming. And then my last announcement on the next slide is vote. If you live in the city of Atlanta, there are runoff elections. Some of them are school board, super important, impact us directly here at Woodson Park. So make sure if you didn't early vote, I couldn't, I was out of town. I'm going to vote tomorrow. So just make a plan if you live in the city of Atlanta. If you don't live in the city of Atlanta, I know some counties do have runoffs. I'm just not as well versed, but you can always just look on Georgia Voting by Googling it to see if your county has a runoff as well. Thanks, Ms. Okalaja. And no one signed up for public comment and no one's online.
All right. They don't want to watch us streaming this. Thank you so much, Ms. Stifler. Announcements. I do not have everyone's phone number, and it would be great to have it just to remind you about the meetings. I was able to contact Keisha. I'm gonna drop my phone number here. So if I was able to contact Angel, excuse me. If you don't, I'm mostly talking to the parents. If you don't have my number, can you please text me if you feel comfortable? And then if you can email me at this email address, I'm going to drop it here as well so that we can have the proper email because we do send out reminder emails so that you can just come. And the link is always the same. We just want to start on time so that we can end on time, especially for us who have been in the building since 7:30 in the morning. So please just being mindful of that because we cannot start the meeting unless we have the quorum. So that would be great. Again, if you have not finished your Go Team trainings, you should have already finished it because I think the last link was for the live orientation was before Thanksgiving break. So if you have any discrepancies or issues with that, you can actually email Diane Jacoby, and she's very responsive, and her phone number is right here as well. She will get with you and help you with any of your issues immediately. Science fair again is on Monday, January 14th. These are the science fair leads, Ms. Graham, Ms. Baker, Mrs. Walker, and Dr. Lyons. They're all in the building. So if you have any questions, please make sure you contact them. Do we have any questions or concerns before we adjourn this meeting? No questions or concerns? Awesome. And I was able to receive some numbers. Thank you. We do not have a meeting in January. So our next meeting is February 2nd. So you all can have a break in January. Happy New Year in advance. And that is it for today's meeting.
Just need a motion to adjourn.
I was waiting to see if I had to do that. Do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
A motion.
Do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I third.
At fourth. I'm just kidding.
All right. Thank you all so much. Meeting is adjourned. Have a good rest of your week. It was good to see you all.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Thanks, Miss Odom.